My dear family, today we are talking about something that touches the heart of every household in South Africa. October 2025 is here, and with it comes important news about the SASSA grants, the payments that millions of our mothers, fathers, grandparents, brothers, and sisters rely on every single month. For so many families, these grants are not just numbers on a paper, they are food on the table, school shoes for children, electricity in the home, and medicine for the sick. That is why what we are about to discuss today matters so deeply. People across the country are asking, when will SASSA payments be made in October 2025? Are the grants increasing? And most importantly, is it true that a double payment might be coming? These are not just questions of curiosity, they are questions of survival, of planning, and of dignity. That is why in this video we will go step by step, calmly and clearly, so that you understand exactly what is happening with SASSA this month. Before we go any further, I want to ask you to do something simple but powerful. Please subscribe to this channel right now. By subscribing, you are joining a family where we look out for each other, where we share updates that truly matter to ordinary people, and where no one is left behind in confusion. If you want to always be the first to know about payments, changes, and new opportunities, then hit that subscribe button. It is free, and it helps us to keep bringing you these updates. Now, let's dive in. October is not just another month. For many grant recipients, it is a time of special importance. It is the month when some of the most important announcements and adjustments are made. It is also the month when households begin preparing for the last part of the year, the festive season, the school exams, the end-of-year expenses, and even the new year ahead. That is why understanding your grant payment in October is more than just a date. It is about making sure you can plan wisely and breathe easier knowing what is coming. But let's start at the very beginning. What is happening with SASSA grants in October 2025? The truth is that SASSA has already published the payment schedule, and this schedule is vital for everyone to know. So in this video, we will carefully explain which days each type of grant will be paid, who qualifies for the increases, and what you can really expect when you go to collect your money. We will also look closely at the big question, will there be a double payment, or is that just a rumor spreading to confuse people? Now that we have set the stage, let us begin with the most important question on everyone's mind: when exactly will the SASSA payments for October 2025 be made? The payment schedule is not random. It is carefully arranged so that different groups of grant recipients receive their money on different days. This is done to reduce long queues, avoid crowding at pay points, and make sure that payments run smoothly across the country. SASSA follows a system where the older person's grants are usually paid first, followed by disability grants, and then all other grants such as child support. This has been the pattern for some time, and October 2025 is no different. So, let us walk through this schedule step by step. The first group that will receive payment this October is older persons, our elders, the mothers and fathers who carried us, the grandparents who raised entire families. For October 2025, the payment date for the older persons grant has been set at the very beginning of the month. On this day, not only the older persons grants are paid, but any linked grants, such as those for people who collect on behalf of the elderly, are also processed. If you are an older person or you care for one, you can mark this date with certainty. After the older persons have received their payment, the next group to be paid will be those receiving disability grants. These are for people who cannot work due to disability and who rely on this support to live with dignity. For October 2025, the disability grants follow right after the older person's payment date. Again, this is intentional. SASSA ensures that vulnerable groups are prioritized early in the month so that they are not left waiting. Finally, after these two groups, the child support grants and all other remaining categories are paid. This includes care dependency grants, foster child grants, war veterans grants, and more. These payments usually happen a day or two after the disability grants, meaning that by the end of the first week of October, almost all categories of grants are covered. This gives families a chance to start the month with some level of stability. It is important to note that while SASSA releases the dates officially, the money can sometimes reflect in your account either on the same day or shortly after, depending on your bank. Those who collect through shops or pay points may also experience slight differences in timing. But the key is this: once the payment date for your category arrives, you can rest assured that your money is released and on its way to you. Many people worry about rushing on the very first day. But remember, once your money is deposited, it will not disappear. You do not need to panic or push yourself into overcrowded spaces. The funds remain safe until you are ready to collect them. SASSA has repeatedly reminded citizens that there is no need to collect everything on the exact first day, and doing so later is perfectly fine. Now, why does this payment schedule matter so much? Because it allows families to plan. If you know that your mother's pension will come at the start of the month, you can plan to buy groceries immediately. If you know the child support grant will follow a few days later, you can time it for school lunches or transport. This rhythm of life is built around the SASSA calendar, and that is why October's dates are so important for every household. But the schedule alone is not enough. What many people want to know is, are the grants increasing in October 2025? Would there be a little more money to help cover the rising cost of food, transport, and electricity? That is the next part we must explore. So, let's move on to the discussion of increases and adjustments.